Topic one, we're going to pretend like we're talking in the year 2030. We've looked back at the last 5 years. Who would you rather be for the next 5 years? We're going to pick this or that. A classic game of would you rather this or that, whatever you want to call it. We're picking one of the two options. I have seven different choices that we're going to make, Dion, between two basketball programs. We're looking at this from a strictly basketball standpoint for the next 5 years, which program you would rather be. We're going to start with a lead in from the Discord comments. Would you rather be Michigan or Illinois for the next 5 years?
Academically or in terms of athletically?
Academics is what matters for the Big Ten.
Listen, I've been told they're very equal academically, so I would probably prefer academically to be Illinois. It's a little easier to get into, it seems like, a little bit more accepting of other schools. Um, nah, seriously, I mean, all jokes aside, obviously, I would next 5 years probably rather be Michigan. It just seems like they're funneling more resources into it at the moment.
Mhm.
That could obviously change, but based upon what we know, I would probably rather be Michigan at the moment. But I enjoy Illinois fans more than I enjoy Michigan fans, so I don't like having to say that.
I do enjoy Illinois fans as well. I have an Illinois shirt. I do not have a Michigan shirt. I would pick Michigan, and I would pick Michigan for Dusty May.
Yeah,
I think there's a real chance that in 5 years we've talked about him winning a national championship and being one of the top three coaches in the sport.
I mean they spent what like $10 million on this roster.
Yeah, and if you are a versatile big man who can handle the ball, you're going to Michigan
Yeah,
to play Danny Wolf role, to play the Yaxel Landenberg role. Like I've talked about, I think Yaxel's going to be better than Danny Wolf.
I mean I hope so.
I very much like they got a pipeline there. I think the way they're recruiting now too, they've amped up the recruiting efforts as well. I think I'd rather be Michigan.
And I mean this as respectfully as possible, both to Danny and Yaxel. If Yaxel turned down going to the league to not be better than the 28th overall pick, it's a rough season for Michigan, I would say.
Next up, BYU or Kentucky.
Ooh, oh man.
I would rather be Kentucky.
I actually don't know the answer to that.
I would rather be Kentucky because in this, I'm going to go worst case scenario. Let's say Mark Pope does not work out. I have all of Kentucky's history and tradition to fall back on and resources that have been there forever. If things don't work out with Bansa this year at BYU, Kevin Young's tenure starts to go south. I don't think BYU has anything to really fall back on. They have this new chest of money that's been given to them, but I think that's very Kevin Young dependent. I don't know if that's still there if it shows it doesn't work.
I would agree with that. I do believe I would rather be Kentucky because I think the floor is higher. I think in a bare minimum sense of it, like Mark Pope's, you're looking at like a Sweet 16 appearance almost every year, right? And contending
Yeah.
for the SEC, so on and so forth. I do think BYU's floor could be lower. I think the ceilings of the teams are very equal, though. I think Kevin Young can put together a program at BYU that's similar to the program at Kentucky on a year-to-year basis.
Yeah.
But year over year, Kentucky will have more success.
Yeah, like they both can be Final Four contenders, both can be national title
Absolutely.
contenders. It wouldn't surprise either of us to see them in a Final Four matchup this year, right? And I would expect that to be the same for the next 5 years. At the same time, I trust Kentucky to like maintain a level more than I trust BYU to maintain a level.
I was gonna say sneaky. I've been very high on Kentucky, probably the highest of anybody on the channel, maybe besides yourself this year. But I mean, I have them third.
Mhm.
At the same time, like, is BYU actually worse? Like, probably not. Probably
Not
not.
much,
Yeah,
particularly
and
if the Bansa hits. Not much.
yeah, especially with Rob Wright too. If Rob
Yeah.
Wright is truly a lotto pick next year, like he's being like framed to be, I mean, that means you have two
Done.
lotto picks. I'm not sure Kentucky. Oh, Kentucky has JQ, but outside JQ, I'm not sure Kentucky has a second person.
We'll take it away. Top five pick. Duh.
In what, the second round?
Up next, the last two national champions. Would you rather be Yukon or Florida in the next
Yukon.
5 years?
The jig is up.
Really?
I listen, Xavier and Lee, man. Like, I gotta see it. I'm sorry, I gotta see it. I don't
Yeah,
care
but
what he.
I'm not. Xavier Lee, I don't think has to work for Florida to be awesome this year because I think Boogie Flan is going to be awesome with the
It,
front court that's the best in the country.
oh, I don't know if I
They were the
go
best
that
in the
far.
country last year, and they brought all four back.
Yeah, other teams got stuff too now.
I'd rather be UConn too.
I, I'd much rather be UConn. I think
Part of
Florida's.
it, go
Okay,
ahead.
you can,
Part of it is I don't know if Todd Golden's there all 5 years.
that's fair. North Carolina job seemingly will open at some point. I also think Florida's path to a natty was special, really hard to replicate.
Very hard to replicate. Correct.
Really.
I trust UConn to continue to build a sustainable monster more than I trust Florida to build a sustainable monster. Not that Florida can't win another natty in the next 5 years. Again, just from a sustainability standpoint, UConn has shown it. Florida's trying to show it. Talked about North Carolina. They're in the next one. Would you rather be Michigan State or North Carolina? Two coaches with questions about their future. Izzo just being a retirement thing. Hubert Davis being a competency thing, but both historic programs. Would you rather be Michigan State or North Carolina?
Michigan State.
Why?
We have to go based off what North Carolina has. I have assumptions about who will be the coach 2 years from now that I think would change my answer. But what if they don't get him?
This video is brought to you by NBA 2K Labs or maybe college football labs because the people behind 2K Labs have just built something awesome. CFBLabs.com has everything you need to play college football 26 even better. Cart, you've been playing the game, right?
I have been, but I'm behind the eight ball, Gregory. There's a lot of people out there who got a little bit of edge on me, but the good folks over at 2K Labs got me covered. They got the playbooks I need, the plays, the head-to-head coaches, knowing some teams. Obviously, way too many college football teams. I need the inside edge here, and they got all different types of things to help me get that edge.
Yeah, I jumped in and started playing Road to Glory over the weekend, and I ended up like a two-star recruit that did not get one snap in season one because I chose the wrong school with the wrong roster that was way too loaded. Had I known that CFBLabs.com exists, I would have made a much more wise decision in my Road to Glory mode. They've got teams, playbooks, coaches, team comparison tools. You can literally see every single play in the game, every player in the game, their rating, what they're good at, all in one consolidated place online to help you make the right choices and win more games in college football 26. CFBLabs.com. Go check it out.
I'm going to go with North Carolina because even if Hubert is around and does Hubert things, Hubert's been there 4 years. He's made a title game. He's won the ACC and gotten a one seed. This roster, I think, is a pretty good roster. There's going to be ups and downs with Hubert for certain, but the highs are going to be high. And Michigan State, I don't like this roster that Michigan State has. Even if Cohen Carr is awesome, as we both expect him to be. We talked about this in a short on Friday. That's up on the channel, so make sure you check that out. Even if he's a top 20 pick, a lottery pick, I don't know if I love this Michigan State roster, and I don't know like what they're replenishing it with. Like to me, the immediate future of Michigan State basketball looks like a program that would need to go through, even if there's a coaching change, like or not a coaching change, a year or two of a revamp to get back to where Michigan State likes to be. I don't think UNC is in a position where even if they go through a coaching change, there's that kind of turnaround necessary.
I mean, I think that's exactly where Michigan State wants you to be at with them, though. And when you get to that point, they go on and win the Big Ten regular season like they did last year.
That would check out.
So that's
That would
why I
check
would go
out.
with Michigan State because
Okay.
they just figure it out. Hubert flash in the pan that 1 year, sick. Um, if it's still Hubert for 5 years, there's no discussion. The idea behind like the two programs is the assumption it's not Hubert for the next 5 years.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. We'll stay ACC Big Ten. Duke or Purdue?
Duke, Duke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love paint. Very very high on Purdue this year. Uh, the ceiling on Purdue is Shire's floor.
I think I'm with Duke as well.
Yeah.
Like it feels like Shire is just starting to scratch the surface of this monster that Duke can be.
Yeah. That I also want to say that one wasn't the fairest comparison to Purdue. I'm be honest, because like I think what Paint does at Purdue is more impressive than what Shire's done at Duke. But at the same time, it's like Shire's done everything Paint's done
Yeah.
in 3 years that Paint's done in his whole career, just because he's at Duke.
I'm looking at them though, like moving forward, I think Purdue has elevated itself to being one of the elite programs in the country right now.
I agree with
Right.
that.
So, like, who's more successful in the next 5 years? Who would you rather be? While Payne is in his prime, he's got Purdue at its peak, and Shire is, doing what he's doing with Duke.
I would I agree to an extent. I still think it's probably harder to get guys to Purdue than it would be to get them to Duke. And I think that's why I would go Duke very
Yeah,
easily.
that's fair.
Um, and I just think that's not to say Purdue can't win a national championship in the next 5 years. I think they probably win one this year, at least on paper. So, I mean, can Duke get one if in the next four, if Purdue gets one this year? I don't know. But I just think the floor on Shire is like making an Elite Eight. Um,
Yeah.
that's a pretty good year at Purdue.
Sticking with ACC Big Ten, Indiana or Louisville?
Oh, Louisville. Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pat Kelsey's building something. That's not to say DeVries, whatever. Everybody trashes me for how I say his name, whatever his name is.
You
My
don't,
old
you don't, you
coach.
don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's not to say he won't. He's a great coach. Pat Kelsey is more polarizing. Uh, the way DeVries is going to do it is quieter. Kelsey's going to do it loud, and when you do things loud, your floor is a little higher than when you do things quiet.
I think I would take Louisville as well, but I think Indiana is like on the verge of being as good as they've been since the peak Tom Crean years. And I think it's going to be more sustainable than Crean had it at. Like I think DeVries is going to be awesome at Indiana,
Yeah,
but Kelsey's got a 1 year head start. There's a little bit more proof of concept too. I think
it's
with
Michael
Kelsey over
Brown.
DeVries. Yeah, that helps. That
Uh,
helps.
Once you get one 5 star that is like a top 3 to 5 pick, the rest normally come.
Yeah, Alabama or Auburn?
Mm, neither. No, I'm just kidding. Probably Bama. I think Bama has a lot more resources than Auburn has for all their sports, to be honest with you. I think Kalen DeBur is either going to figure it out or be fired. And either way, some of the resources that I believe were taken from basketball, put into football, will be funneled back to basketball in the next year or two. Um,
Yeah,
and with no resources in comparison to the resources he had previously, I still think Nate Oates has a better team this year than Auburn.
I'll be very interested to see how both these programs do or look when Nate Oates and Bruce Pearl are not leading them. Whenever that is, it might be in Alabama's case, it might be in 30 years, it might be in two. Auburn's case, it might be 3 months before Bruce Pearl takes a, you know, seat with the government, different things, goes on a, Senate run or what have you that he's flirted with. But I think I would take Bama. Bruce Pearl is awesome, and I think I would take Auburn over Bama from the last 5 years. But the next 5 years, I trust Nate Oates if he stays at Bama to keep that thing going. And even if they have to replace Nate Oates, I trust them to replace him with a higher caliber of coach than I trust Auburn to replace Bruce Pearl with.
Yeah, that's an interesting perspective of it too. I guess it's more likely Nate Oates isn't there across the 5 years than it would be Pearl.
Pearl's in his 60s.
Yeah.
And so Pearl, I think, is a sneaky retirement guy and also sneaky, I'm leaving to go run for office.
Tommy Tuberville.
Yeah, he has not been shy about his political takes. One last one on the fly here. West Virginia or South Carolina?
Yeah, we're talking basketball.
Yeah,
West Virginia. No comment when it comes to football.
fair. I'd probably take West Virginia basketball as well.
Yeah. Shout out, I think, is it Ross Hodge?
Hmm.
Just want to let him know we are allowed to recruit the 2026 class. it is okay for us to do that.
Hey, Lamont Paris was National Coach of the Year conversation 2 years ago, man. And
Was
Michi's back. The secret sauce. The secret
is
sauce
that
is there in Columbia.
is that first person you named? Is that you guys' coach?
Lamont Paris, yes.
Does anybody else know that besides you?
People should. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Let's move on.